I promised I would.
I want to feel your...
Okie dokie.
MochaMassiah. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms.
Nothing gets by me!
Here I come!
Raging Cascade!
I'm on in.
Field!
I'll burn you apart!
Mega Ray!
Rising Phoenix!
Stockpile!
Rising Phoenix!
You
I'm
gotta
not
stay
done.
cover, okay? It's
Dragon
showtime!
Form!
In here! Freeze Laser!
Double Demon Fang!
Stockpile!
Rip and tear!
Blah, 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 Matt, here I go!
You're mine!
Freeze Laser!
I'll tear you apart!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop
We
it.
managed to pull through.
Okay. Huh. 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 Huh.
What's this thing?
Hi, Hoodle! Where are you going?
Does it?
Thunder!
Denied! Take this! Rip and tear!
Healing Circle! Here goes!
Stardust!
Raging Cascade!
Okay, here I go!
In here!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good! I'll leave it to you!
We're in the home stretch, guys.
What she said? Eyes on the
Dragon
prize.
Form!
That focus goes double for you, Law.
Me? How come I get singled out?
It's over!
He's dead! Raging Condensed!
Double Demon Fang!
This is barely target practice. Then why bother fighting them? Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
There is an owl around here. Where are you?
Hoo hoo hoo.
Who? Who?
Hoo hoo hoo. Hoo. Hoo hoo hoo.
Who? To
Maybe
you
something's
too.
going on in the forest.
Yeah, there's definitely stuff going on in the forest, but check that out later.
It's on!
Here I come!
Raging Cascade!
Dragon
In here!
I'll run you
I'll be
through!
saving this one.
Double I'll take you all off!
I'll smash you!
You're mine!
I can handle it.
Not
I'll
on
stop
my
its
watch.
charge.
Do it, Kisara!
Dragon Form!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Dance in the wind!
My turn!
Sealed!
I'm not done!
I'm ready! More for the stockpile!
Not today!
Now!
Now I'm in the groove!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Put this work! Reload!
Severing Wind!
Raging Storm!
Ooh, she learned a new ability.
This calls for a celebratory drink.
There's something in the
Something in the water.
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Ren and eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, Let me show you how it's done.
Casting a line, luring fish, hooking them, and then reeling them in. Okay.
Where should I cast my line? Hup. There we go. Good fishers always keep their cool.
Wait, what just happened?
All right.
Fish on.
Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
Where should I cast my line?
We don't got time to sit here and fish in this game, man.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Yeah.
Okay!
Hey, you look like you know a way around with the rod. I've been fishing for a long time and have built up a good collection of equipment. I'll share it with you if interested. I just want one thing in exchange. All I ask is that you show me the records of any fish you catch. The more you catch, the more equipment I'll hook you up with. If you need anything, I'll always be here. Don't be afraid to come and talk. Oh. Cool. All right. You're a lifesaver. Now I can get back to my miss. Sorry, forgot I... Oh, carry on. Don't mind me.
I'm always amazed.
You shield for her. Not better, though.
What healing arts can do.
Just doing my job.
Hey.
Hmm?
Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Oh, so now we're running into the refined stuff. Betcha we get Inferno Fang from a dragon.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Time for a little dialogue.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
This should definitely keep you guys full.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menanciah?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menanciah since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
Where does this lead? Going.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Okay, here I go.
Start up! Eat it!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
You're mine!
You're mine.
It got fired!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
I'm not done!
All yours!
I'll end you!
Win!
Healing circle. Do it. Dohalim.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
Wow.
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be in
wrecked.
this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
You were not a part of it?
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Coyote one!
Glacial
Here I
Spear.
come!
Here's the evil.
Rising Falcon!
Freeze Lancer. Air Energy.
Double Demon Fang!
Here I go!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Double Demon Fang!
Lost!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Burn strike!
Yeah, I look pretty flashy out there.
So glad it met with your approval.
Oh. Hi, guys.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
We the best.
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already,
Needs
are
to
you?
poo.
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Actually, he has to poo. This is a pain. Why can't this Zoogle stand still?
All right.
Perhaps it's time I deploy my secret weapon. I'll stop it right where it stands. Here we go. Training. Binds from the ground to ensnare enemies and strike them, effective on fleet-footed enemies. This nullifies their evasive abilities and downside. Okay.
There's nowhere to run from my art.
When he slows down, that's our chance!
It's like trying to keep up with
Can't
a
get
wall.
out of this.
Glacial spear.
Severing Wing! How about this?
You require a hand.
First strike!
Dance in the wind.
You're mine!
Air thrust. Lightning strike. You're mine.
In a bind.
Here I come!
Lightning Thunder blade.
Rip and tear!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
I'm not done!
Ears throbbed in pain.
Seal
I'll
laser.
tear you apart!
More for the stockpile. Take it. You're mine.
Here I come!
Tempest Whirl.
Can't get out of this.
More for the flame of fury.
When fast enemies like werewolves or monkeys appear, send in Dullahim. His boost attack will nullify their evasive abilities and keep them from dodging.
Lightning orb! A banana!
Eagle fly!
Glacial spear! Here's do it! Lightning Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
My turn!
Lightning
Not good!
Thunder Blade!
No further!
Glacial Spear! Neon! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Burn Strike! That's like my favorite one.
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
Artifacts confer special effects simply by having them, some of which serve as bonuses or can be enjoyed after clearing the game. You can toggle each of these on or off from the artifact effect list. What does this do? Oh. You can now set 6 additional arts. Press Y on the art screen. Switch between panels. What are set to be the second panel can be executed by pressing LT and either Y, RB, or RT.
There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Art set +1. Being able to have a second art set is intriguing, but I don't know if I
Certainly not bad. No complaints
actually
here.
want that.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
There we go. Go this way first, because it's a little place. Astral ore. Hi.
Brace yourselves. This one's tough.
There! One more!
Eat this!
Talent Hurricane!
It's
It's a duel of the arts! Hope this works!
Dragon Swarm!
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Win!
You shouldn't have messed with me!
It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it out.
Here's a healing art!
Take this!
More with that
Now I'll take you all on!
Sever his armor won't save! I'm
Shut
just
up!
getting started!
Rising
I
Flame!
lost myself in the heat of the
Stay away from my friend!
Healing circle!
Dragon
I'll bring you
Swarm!
back from death abyss!
Here I come! No escape! Eat dirt!
Can't this world! I'll heal you all!
Not done yet!
Flight!
Win! Searing Gale!
Do it! Talent Storm!
That's it!
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
By the power
I'm
of
on
water!
Oh, I'm down.
Flame of Fury! Where are you going?
Eagle Fly! That freaking does it! That freaking does it!
Flame! Here!
The picture
I'll bring you
of
back from death's abyss!
Now or never.
Resuscitation! Warm! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
First strike! You're mine!
Win! Now!
Javelin!
All yours, Kisara.
Well, that was pretty cool. I've never seen that one before.
The astral energy is surging around me.
How do you even know about all that astrally stuff?
Same way I know what you do in the middle of the night.
What? Are you serious?
He was caught in 4K. Law caught in 4K.
Looks like trouble with a capital T.
Together, we've got this! Start on it!
Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil!
Rising
Talent Storm!
Infernal Torrent!
Lightning Orb! Lightning
No
Descent!
escape!
Thunder Blade!
Here I
Glacial
come!
Spear! Pierce
It's over!
Evil! Talent Storm! Freeze Lander! Mega Ray!
You're finished!
Dance in the wind!
Now you see what I can do!
Here's a healing art!
Eat this!
First
I
aid!
know you are!
Storm!
Win!
Lightning Condemned!
Stardust!
Talon
Do it! Now
Chill!
this ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Severing wind!
Now!
Rinwell!
Demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah, we used to...
No holding back!
Here I come!
This'll be a piece of cake!
Win!
Lightning Orb! Lightning Condemned!
Ignite!
Thunderblade! Seven
Here I come!
Mega Ray!
Talon Hurricane! Stardust!
Raging Cascade! Where are you going? Do it!
An astral... Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
I'm
Talon Hurricane! I'm not done!
I never miss!
Hey, when did do it?
Lock! Demons descend!
Flashing Fang!
By the power of water!
Take this! Severing wind! Rising
Dance to the wind! Glacial spear!
All edgy!
Can't get out of this!
I'll be standing later!
Ready and rare!
I'll
You're
heal
mine!
I can't lay a finger on you.
I prefer it that way. What about you?
Just watch and see.
Breaking storm!
Rising falcon!
Why'd you heal me?
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Secret passage. Let's go this way first.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
First strike! Armor won't save you! Burn!
Lightning orb!
You're mine! You're mine!
I'm
Severing wind!
I'll be saving you.
Stardust!
Do it! I'm expert.
Kisara!
Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone! Here I go. And a
Here I come! I'm on it! Watch this!
Too much to handle.
Double Phoenix ahead! Dragon Sword!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Burn strike!
One.
It's on! Already on!
Not on my watch.
Here I come!
Mega ray.
Wind!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
No holding back.
You're mine!
This'll be a piece of cake.
Ignite!
Here
I come!
This one's mine. They're surrounding us.
Wind!
Glacial
Dragon
spear.
Sword.
Here's evil. That's enough.
Double Demon Fang!
Prepare to be sealed! Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah,
You're mine!
bubbling to me.
Dragon Swarm!
I need supernova.
Double Demon Fang! Wind! Take this! You're finished! I'll finish you here and now!
Leave the enemy's arc to me.
Try harder! My
No
turn!
complaints here.
Strike!
Oh, now I'm real mad.
Severing wind!
Take it.
Armor won't save you! You're finished! Wind!
Raging cascade.
Rising
Take
Infernal Current!
spear.
Dragon Dust!
Freeze laser.
Burn! Watch it!
I'll heal you all.
First
Not
strike!
in your dreams.
Here I come!
Raging cascade.
Take this!
Here's a healing
Dead!
Now,
Eagle Fly! Hold nothing back! Whirlwind Kisara!
Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone!
magic is there. Here,
You're
let me help.
on!
Sleep now.
Double Demon Fang! First strike!
Handy. I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday. This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
Who can wear that? It's gonna be her, isn't it? Oh no, it's him.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
What's this thing?
Raises max HP. You need it.
have a bad feeling about this.
Ignite! You're mine!
I'm ready. In here.
Talon Storm!
Get out
Rising
there with me.
Sun!
Will this help?
Infernal Torrent! Talon Hurricane!
Healing
Dragon!
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on
It's
us.
over!
Yes, ma'am.
Now or never! I'm on it!
Take
this!
Watch it.
I'm not done!
Glacial Spear. Pierce Forward.
You!
Seal. Freeze
Rising
Laser.
Falcon! I'll smash you! It's over!
Light Astral Energy.
Nothing gets by me. Ridwell,
Frozen.
hammer.
Tammy. Flame of
My
Steel.
turn.
Dance in the wind. Sleep
Dragon
Walk.
Swarm.
It's
I'll
over.
run you
This'll come in
through.
handy. By the
Here I
power
come!
of water.
I'm not done!
Magic is in. Crossblade.
It's on!
Mega Ray.
I'm on it! You can come and face me!
Now.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached...
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Spear.
Pierce Evil.
Double Demon Fangs!
Shiny Supernova.
Good!
I'm only getting started.
Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
I'm on it! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing
My
arm.
turn!
I
Mirage!
can't hold on much longer. Photon,
Holding
lightning
power!
Do you require a hand?
Pierce Evil.
Severing Wind! Watch it!
Freeze Laser. Get toasty.
Burn!
Burn strike!
Right. Next one.
What? There's another?
Already on it. Anything in armor is all
Shiny
mine.
Supernova.
Here I come! First strike! On a roll now! No escape! Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone! I still got a ways to go!
Nice. Okay, let's see. Oh. What's this way? That leads to whatever's over here. I don't know. I don't even know if this is where we have to go. I guess we will find out shortly. Oh, this doesn't look right.
What's that big tower over there?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
This way, I guess.
Interesting. I don't think this is the way.
Guess I misread the landing.
I've got a really bad feeling about this. Lightning condemned!
Hurricane! Rising Phoenix!
Eagle fly!
Here I come! Strike!
Lightning condemned!
Ignite! Here I come!
Flying freak! You're getting in a bind!
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Arc
Nailed
field!
in the groove!
Lightning raging cascade! Searing
Blue
flame!
escape!
Revive! Dance in the wind now! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
I can handle it!
Dance in the wind!
Win!
Air thrust!
Denied!
Do it!
Sion!
Get toasty!
Burn strike! My favorite
Yours are
wall.
amazing!
Who needs a gun when you can send them flying?
Right? What point exactly? Oh
They
boy,
got me
5
flanked.
of these guys?
Here I come! No escape!
Here's Evil Fly!
This one's all mine!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Sealed! Into the shadow!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Carve through armor!
All
Where
yours!
are you going? These enemies! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Eat dirt!
We are freaking invincible!
Alvin and the others truly are strong! What about me? Do it!
Earth throbs in pain.
Eat this!
Raging
No
storm!
further! Here I come!
Eagles
Divine
are
wind!
just getting started!
Here I come!
Eat
Rising
this!
Falcon!
Hurricane! I'm ready!
Supernova!
Eagle fly!
Annihilation!
Tectonic!
I think I'm getting... stronger.
There.
No holding back.
This'll be a piece of cake! Far enough!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint.
Nope, that is silly.
By the power of Tempest!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Take this! Hurricane!
An astral art?
That's my cue.
Where are you going?
Shut him down! Burn!
Do it! Shion! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one!
Already on! Shivering wind!
Here! Not on my watch! Sweet dreams!
Hurricane!
You're most comfortable at a range, aren't you?
Now I'm
I'm
real
not really
mad.
built for close quarters
Now you see
combat.
what I can
Nor
do.
am I. Don't worry. I'll help you keep away from. Hey, that.
More with that hit! Let the marksman handle this!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a healing art!
Eat this!
First aid!
You're wrecked.
Let loose.
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Phew, what a rush.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about.
Hi, Noodle!
You're mine!
There! Got you!
Win!
This one's mine! Photon
Here it comes! It's time!
Raging cascading!
Shivering wind!
Fresh!
Try harder!
Get in the wind! Reload! By the power of
Here I
water!
come! I'm not done!
Like it! Downfall!
Start up!
I'm out of ammo! Do it!
The enemy wields all.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
You made quick work of them.
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart for your heart's content.
Shion!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a
Get
bright and
toasty.
shiny mood.
Burn strike!
Get lost! Here goes!
Win!
Not on my watch!
Dragon form!
Hear me! Hurry! Up and in! Let's go!
Explosive ring!
Do it! I'm on a roll!
Eagle's eye!
So those are Jan and Astral
Shivering
Arts.
wind!
Something you want to say? Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
You! What's this?
Will this
Burn in hell!
I'll
tear you apart!
Now!
Demon Fang!
Healing
Ridwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Annihilation!
I'm on it!
Lightning
Take
bolt!
this! I'm not done!
Raging cascade!
Eagle's eye!
Do it!
Ridwell!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Got it!
Well done!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
No backing down!
First strike! Wind!
Into the shadows! Ow!
Rising!
This!
Infernal torrent!
Not on my watch! Here's a healing arc! First aid!
What a relief! Prepare to be sealed! Rising
Here's
Phoenix!
a-
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the tunnel to me!
If it's in the...
Take this! It's over!
Flame!
Wind!
Tempest whirl!
Rising
This
Pistol!
one's mine!
Infernal torrent! You picked the
Now,
wrong
into the
fight!
shadows! Shion! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Lightning! Wind astral energy!
I'm not done! Take this! You're mine! I'm not done! I'll tear you apart! Start up!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Rising
Now you see what I can do!
It's first out!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There's more where that came from.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Here I go!
Severing wind! Start up!
Talon Hurricane! Raging Hurricane! Talon Storm! Field! More for the stockpile! Searing Flame! Reload after this! Alright!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Lightning
Try this!
Do it!
All mine!
Shoot on! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one!
Already on!
Hey! Strike! Ignite!
It's time.
You got company! Gemini
No
Aqua!
further!
I'm on it!
Now!
You're mine!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Lightning Connect!
You're mine!
Roll
I'm not
now!
done! Start up!
You see what happened there is you crossed me.
Shouldn't do
Rising
it!
Falcon!
Dohalim!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis! Here, let me look.
Take this! Strike!
This one's mine! Raging Storm!
Dragon Force! Kisara! Commander of Heavens! Phoenix Cyclone!
I can feel my precision improving.
Ooh, mage coat for Rinwell.
Got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
I won't forgive you!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Again! Confiscated! Here's a healing
mine!
Raging Storm! First aid! Blows! I'm ready!
Rising Phoenix!
Searing
I'm
Flame!
surrounded!
Here! Flame of Fury!
Eat this!
Eat this!
Raging Hurricane Spear! The tide of battle has turned!
That's the power of comrades in arms!
Dragon Force!
Comrades in arms!
What? Too sentimental?
Take this!
Air thrust!
I really can't get out of this!
I owe you one.
You're
mine! Strike!
Burning strike!
Double Searing Fang!
Here's the Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
I still got a ways to go.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like MochaMassiah, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my
you
words
were.
from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Huh. Mount Diara.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. Think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahagsar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
Like a child, man.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
I love their attitude toward each other and their relationship. Adorable. Ah, whoa, this guy!
Been looking for you. For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? Said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Oh, we're fighting him. Oh god.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? You're done!
Die.
Dragon form! Explosive ray! Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
This is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Far enough!
Here I come! Here you are!
Freaking does it!
Dragon form!
I'm all stuffed up.
Tectonic punch!
Here I come!
Here, let me help.
Shivering blade!
Eat this!
I'll heal you all. I'll heal you all.
Can't get out of this!
Glimmer dragon!
Take this.
Strike!
Healing circle.
Snap!
I'm
sorry to be bothered.
We've all got enough of it.
Dragon form!
Yes, ma'am.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help.
First,
What's
this one!
Almost
there!
Entertain me.
Oh shh. He's taking us all on. Oh no, not Rinwell, move! Hoodle, no man, not Hoodle! Jeez, man. Fire!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die.
Got him.
Oh? A wretch like you?
Again, dude?
Till next time.
Shion,
Wake up, please!
Alvin?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I.
Oh, wow.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alvin?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Niez, the capital of MochaMassiah. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
That was crazy.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Love you. This looks kind of cool, but burnt to the ground.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of MochaMassiah.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris. Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Wow. Okie dokie.